Hi, and welcome to Community Hotline. My name is Monica Weitzel. We're here at MetroEast Community Media in Gresham. I'm glad you joined us tonight. We're going to start off talking with a group, the August Wilson Red Door Project. And with us, representing the Red Door Project, we have Kevin Jones. You're the Artistic Director and Co-Founder.
That's right.
Welcome. Nice to have you here.
Thank you, Monica. It's good
And
to be here.
Chantal DeGroat, you are the lead teaching artist.
That's right.
So how long have you been with the organization?
It's been about a year now,
Yeah.
actually, maybe just a little bit over.
And so you were one of the founders, and can you give me a little history of the August Wilson Red Door Project, why it was founded, and what your mission is?
Sure. Well, I should just say that August Wilson, you know, there's a lot we could say about who he is, but
That's a whole other conversation, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
But the short and the long of it is that he was a playwright, an award-winning playwright who wrote 10 incredible plays depicting the African American experience over 100 years. And each one of those plays won awards, Tonys, Obies, Critics Circle Awards, Drama Awards, Pulitzer Prize winners. And he was just inducted into the American Masters this year. So there's a big documentary that's going to be done, and it's coming out on February 20th.
This month?
This month.
Oh, okay, that's great.
Yeah, so it's his name that we chose to use. And the Red Door Project was the Red Door was an actual, based on a character in one of his plays. It's actually his first play. And the Red Door is the place where the slaves would go when they were freed from the South and they came up to Pittsburgh, which is where August Wilson was from. And they were told if you were going to redeem yourself, you needed to find Aunt Esther's door, and her door was red. And through that door was redemption. And what redemption meant for an ex-slave was to be able to drop the internalized depression, the beliefs and the ideas and the behaviors.
Which I can imagine would be a huge undertaking.
Right, and so she would take you through this process, and on the other side of that, you were free, so that you could go forth and live your life. So the Red Door Project is our way of saying to Portland, and it's an opportunity for Portland to walk through some of their demons and some of their internalized racism and oppression, so that we can learn to live together. So the Red Door Project, we use art as a way to change the racial ecology of Portland. So we change the racial ecology of Portland through the arts. And by encouraging the art community, the theater community to engage with art that's produced and includes and is acted with artists of color. And it's about people of color.
That's right. That's great. And Portland and Oregon does have a not that nice of a history as far as treatment of people of color. So,
not so nice.
No, it's not so nice, and a lot of people don't even know that, and it's kind of shocking. But
it's really amazing.
Yeah. Are you from here?
No, I'm not from. Neither one of us are from.
You're
here.
transplant. I'm a native.
Oh, you are.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm one of the few anymore.
So I'd like to be on your chair interviewing you. You can tell us all about
I can
Portland.
tell you all sorts of stuff. I sure could. We'll do that another time.
Okay.
So you're using the arts to encourage people to get them involved in the arts and use people of color for the performers and the playwrights and for or what all kinds of art. I mean, is it performing arts or just
for all kinds of art? I mean, just art. What is art really? It's art is a reflection of culture. So is there a better place to really learn about an individual's culture other than through the arts? So yes, we do. We focus on a lot in theater. We tell the stories and share the stories of our culture in the theater. And what's interesting about Portland and what we're trying to encourage the theater community to do in Portland is to tell stories about people of color, not just the mainstream white culture.
Sure.
So
'cause there's plenty of stories out there.
Right. There's plenty of stories. There's plenty of writers. There's plenty of artists out there that are ready and able to tell their stories. So our initial drive was to go to a theater and say, there's an audience out there that actually would love to come and see what you have to offer, but they need to have your stories and what you're offering, the art, relevant, to them. So how about we encourage you and support you to engage artists of color, writers of color, actors of color, so on and so forth. And as a way to support you, we will help you reach out to that new audiences of color.
So in that role, you're kind of a go-between, like sort of a liaison or a bridge builder.
Right.
kind
Well,
of?
I'm an actor and I'm also a director. So I was heavily involved 3 years ago in directing a lot of the plays that were primarily focused on issues and themes of people of color.
Right.
So in doing that, I would spend time working with the theater and working with actors to help them cross the bridge between the mainstream audience to audiences of color.
I imagine it can be very difficult sometimes to make that transition.
Yeah, but I think what's also true is that theaters were ready to step forward.
Good, good. That's good to hear.
I mean, they needed an opportunity, a clear pathway for them to say, okay, yeah, this doesn't seem as threatening as we thought it would be.
So you found success in this.
Yeah,
This has been a good thing.
The city is really, the stakeholders within the community have been very supportive and reached out to us and have helped us in many ways that we did not expect. We've attracted some great people like Chantal.
Well, which brings me, nice segue. Thank you very much, Kevin. So Chantal, you are the lead teaching artist. So where do you teach and what are you teaching?
Well, the location that we are currently having our master classes at is called SEI, Self-Enhancement Inc., up in North Portland. And we have some workshops at Artist Repertory Theater as well, where the Red Door Project offices are. And we are working with the students and engaging them to help them find themselves in these pieces and connect with whatever it is that they're burning to say. So they choose the monologues themselves for whatever reason. And these are big, powerful monologues. August Wilson's monologues are known to be particularly intense and powerful and exciting and very, very complicated and need to be dissected much the way an actor would dissect Shakespeare, for example.
Wow. So when you start talking about the monologue, so that kind of brings us to the project, the August Wilson monologue competition. So what you're saying when you're talking about the monologues is these you're working with students that are going to be participating in the competition? Is that what?
That's right. Initially, we went into classrooms all over Portland and performed for them and gave them kind of a crash course in August Wilson and told them about the opportunity that they have here, which is to come and work with us and train with us for about 6 weeks with some other workshops outside that and compete with each other. There's a semifinal audition. So the students we're with right now, we've chosen after this first audition process, and that was very difficult.
I bet.
They're very talented and there's so much in them that we see. It was very hard to
pick one over another.
To narrow it down.
Yeah,
they have a lot to offer. And in the end, they could end up on Broadway, at the August Wilson Theater on Broadway.
So that's the end goal.
That's right.
Wow,
That's
which is
right.
that's huge.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
It is huge.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very big.
So is that competition held just here? Is that?
No, it's a national competition. It was actually started in Atlanta, Georgia, with the founders were Kenny Leon and Todd Kreidler. Todd Kreidler was August Wilson's dramaturge during the last few years of his life, and Kenny Leon is a Broadway director who directed several of August Wilson's plays on Broadway. The last two were Fences and I think Radio Golf and Gem of the Ocean. So, yeah.
Okay, so the competition is in different cities then, all
Yeah,
across the nation?
it's in Atlanta, Georgia, Pittsburgh, New York, Boston,
All the big
Chicago. Seattle, Los Angeles, and Portland, and a new city was just brought in this year, San Antonio, Texas.
Oh. So you find the students here, and you work with them, and then they go to the regionals, right?
Yeah.
And you're the ones that
right.
actually decide from there who then goes on to the national competition.
Well,
is that right?
We select after the first round of students and narrow it down after the first round of auditions. We work with those students for about 6 weeks, and then they'll compete at Portland Center Stage with, there are certain judges that we bring in that score them. And really, ultimately, it's up to the judges to decide who goes
Who are the judges?
to New York.
Well, some of the judges are, we have, well, Russell Hornsby, which he's not a judge, he's actually going to be the MC, but we have a couple of actors coming in from LA.
He's currently in Grimm.
He's in Grimm,
Right.
yes,
Right.
that's right. What we've tried to focus on, we're bringing in some of the actors and theater professionals here that are local in Portland and highlighting them, their commitment to Portland. The theme for the night is Elevate and Celebrate. And celebrating.
Get behind that.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to say about August Wilson's work, which can easily be missed, is it's this thing called the African American vernacular. One of the things that's made him stand out from other writers was his ability to write about and with the language that African Americans use, which is embedded in not just Southern accent, but African accent. And sometimes we consider it to be, bad talk. I remember growing up as a kid, I was always told, I'd hear people talking on the street, and I'd say that my parents would say, "Don't talk like that."
Yeah, I know people like that too. It's
Yeah.
like, or you can talk with your friends like that, but don't talk that
Don't
way
talk
at
like
church
that.
or
Right.
at school.
Right.
And he took that language and made it music and made it poetic and told some of the most amazing stories, simple stories about human beings that we can all relate to. But he never deviated or apologized for the African American culture or the language. And one of the wonderful things about the monologue competition is giving the young people an opportunity to take those words and put them in their mouth and understand and not have to change them, not have to talk proper, but to talk from the heart, because that goes directly to the heart.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
probably kind of
It's very-
freeing, I
yeah.
would think, for some.
Exactly.
And every
For some.
ethnicity, every ethnicity
Yeah.
is allowed in. There are no boundaries, because August's work is so much about the truth, our human truths, and what feeds our souls and what gets in the way of our souls. And so the kids are lucky because they don't have any doors closed on them in this competition, which adult actors do.
That's great. We'll run out of time before you know it. So tell me a little bit about the regional finals. That's where the public can come to that.
That's right.
And so that is going to be on March 2nd.
That will be on March 2nd, which is a Monday night. It's from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock. And do get your tickets now, and they are free. You just need to go on our website, which hopefully you'll be.
Yeah, we'll have the information there. Yeah, yes, we will.
And you can reserve your seat there.
Right.
It's going to be an amazing. This is our second year, and we haven't done much advertising at all, and so we already have almost half the seats sold.
Really?
Yeah, so
That's
it's pretty
good.
exciting.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
after this, well, it's going to
Yeah.
blow up.
Yeah,
That's
there
right.
you go.
Yeah.
That's right.
It'll be a party. There's going to be music, and Russell Hornsby is our MC, who's also been teaching the students, and he's well versed in August Wilson as well. So we're lucky.
So there'll be the
It's gonna be a
competition,
great
there'll be
night.
music, there'll be Russell, and
Yeah.
So, and this is for a couple hours. Is that-
7 to 10.
Oh, 7 to 10. Okay.
There's going to be. It's going to be a party, though.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
After
Live
party maybe too?
After party and music. It's all about celebrating the young people. We have 18, possibly 19 young people that we're going to be celebrating.
Are they pretty impressive?
Oh, they're very impressive,
bet
and
they
they've
are.
been working they're
Yeah.
working really hard for the last 3 weeks now, and they've got 2 more weeks to go.
I know we're just about out of time, but tell me, how do you encourage those kids that do not get chosen to continue and not see this as a failure, but yet this is a good thing that you made it this far? I mean, how do you do that?
Well, we don't make it about the winning. We make it about the excelling, and there's a difference. So when you push up against your own challenges, when you push up against the no in you that says, I can't do this, I'm not good enough, and you conquer that voice, then you know that you have been successful, and that's the most important thing.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to close with we'll show the information about the event so that people
Thanks,
can know where to
Monica.
go. And then
Thank
we
you.
have OPB provided us with a video from, I think it was last year's regional. So we will close with that. So
Great.
Don't go away. Be sure to stay tuned and watch that. And we'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you.
ain't going through that. I ain't having this baby. And I ain't got to explain that to nobody. He's there in Chicago with another woman. I don't want to raise no more babies when you got to fight to keep them alive. Thank you.
1 minute her house is full of life, the next minute it's full of death. There could be a shift there. She was waiting for him to come home, they bring her a corpse. There are a lot of things that I think I take from August Wilson's writing and interpret it in my own life in the way that I go through my everyday life and situations.
Yeah, so go back to trying to figure out what happened. Take a breath there.
Because if you think
And
about it,
then
she's
launch
doing all
in.
that. She's doing the routine, and she's trying to figure out what happened. I think the impact on the students has been the journey, the process of where they were in the beginning and where they're at now, and how it makes them feel as just an individual having the confidence to say these words in front of all these people and believe them.
You one of them special people who's supposed to have everything just the way they want it. I wanted to know where you was bruised at, so I could be a woman for you.
Yes.
Yeah?
You got it, girl.
All the work of finding the individual beats between the pieces and connecting it to being a 16-year-old today, the confidence in the process of what they were doing was just a stepping stone for them.
I was able to get in touch with a side of myself that I had kind of forgotten about and tried to push away for a long time, so it's definitely changed me.
What she know, who taught her? I'm trying to figure it out myself. Time I catch up has moved on to something else.
I'm more confident to pursue, my dreams. I mean, I want to be an artist, and it always seems so unrealistic.
I'm feeling like there's something in between what she know and who taught her.
I do think it's one beat.
Okay.
We're really proud of the students that are going to go to Broadway because this is Portland's first time being there. I think that the students we have represent very well the ideals of Portland and energy of Portland.
The confidence of
Yeah,
Portland.
the confidence, the quiet confidence.
I don't have the means to travel a whole lot, so I think I've been here in Washington, Oklahoma to visit my grandparents, so I haven't seen a whole lot, and it's just awesome to have this opportunity.